Get back any of this up with the scripture. So any question you got, get back any of it up with the scripture. So don't hesitate.
Lay it over.
We love questions.
So have you heard about this before? So why aren't you over here? Yeah,
I remember you, man.
yeah. What's up, bro?
Tell me what's going on, man.
So, in the Bible, the children of Israel are God's chosen people. Now, the reason they're chosen is so they could manage the planet Earth. You see how the so-called white men sit in judgment seats, they go do bureaucracy, they say that they're going to give democracy to countries. Well, that's a left hand or a bad way to do it the way they're doing it now. The Lord's plan is to have his chosen people, which are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, judge the earth in righteousness. And when you look at the Bible, that's what the kingdom of heaven is. It's not about being in the sky, living forever. It's about being on the planet and having a righteous rulership. So all the nations, they're going to live after 1,000 years of captivity for what they've done to our nation. But after that, they're going to go in their lands, they're going to live, and they're going to be governed by the laws of the Lord and the people of the Lord. So we don't learn that when we go to church. When we go to church, we don't learn none of that. But once you understand that you're a son of God, you have a certain responsibility to assume. Our people love to say that, hey, we gods, we kings. But our people don't like to go use a plot of responsibility that comes with it. Everybody want to be the CEO, so it's time to be held accountable. Just like everybody like our culture, but nobody want to be a nigga.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
And the wicked bear rule right now. And that's why the planet is in the condition it's in. And that's why it don't matter what nation you are right now, everybody's mourning. Everybody's suffering. And it's because the wrong people are in leadership. Just like at your job, you have a manager, you got a CEO, you got board members, you got supervisors, and you got employees. You can't, the first day on the job, you can't put an employee as a CEO. Because that's not his job, that's not his role. He's not competent to do that. Our nation was made, designed to rule and judge in righteousness. Because we're what? We're a naturally compassionate people. If any other nation went through what we went through, America wouldn't be standing now. Our people got their ass kicked and they just laid down, real docile. Because our people are compassionate. But the Lord is bringing us back into our understanding now. And with that comes responsibility. So we got a responsibility to be a light into the world, not just in the world trying to make the best out of a worse situation. We're designed to change the situation as a nation of people. When you look at all the trends we start, everybody on the planet follows. The only difference is that our nation has not applied that energy into righteousness. That's why it says the saints shall judge the world. Our people are going to sit in those seats of judgment. But with that comes great responsibility. That's the promise of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that his nation was going to be given a promise of rulership. That's why in our spirit, our people love to say, hey, what's up, God? What's up, son? What's up, king? I call you son because you shine, not because you mine. You know, all of that. But we have to assume the responsibility. And that's why the Lord got us on the bottom right now. Because if you don't want to do what you're born to do, then go ahead. But this is what it's going to cost. Maybe a couple of y'all make it, but more than likely you won't. Maybe a couple of y'all are bald, but the majority of y'all won't. The majority of y'all going to want to kill each other. Y'all going to have hate for each other. All of these things are in the scriptures. I just wanted to give you an overall view. Now we're going to go and get some precepts to back up what I'm telling you. Because this book is about us. This book ain't about no other nation. And it's not inviting all other nations into it. This is the Lord saying, look, y'all my sons. So if y'all do right, everything I made belongs to y'all, but y'all have to be responsible for it. If y'all don't want to listen, then you got to suffer the consequences of being disobedient.
Listen, bro, keep going.
Yeah. We're going to get some precepts out the Bible.
Oh, shit. My bad. quick precept. This is Isaiah chapter 9, starting at 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. And of increase of his government and peace shall be no end.
Now, could you jump to Romans 8 and 16? Because that one that you hear about is one that the world ignorantly calls Jesus. But he doesn't look like the way they portrayed him.
Job 9 and 20. This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The word of God. Covering the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it?
And him covering the face of the judge is covering up how he actually looked and giving us a docile,
which be this right here.
Lord. Because when you look at the Bible, the Lord was a dark-skinned man. Romans 8 and 16. Now, it said that his government there shall be no end to. Now, our nation are joint heirs. We're tied directly into that rulership, that glory.
Isaiah chapter 2.
This is Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
So in order for us to hit the VIP, we got to work and put it on the box. It's really simple. That's why I say if we suffer with him, we'll be glorified with him. The Lord chose our nation, but if we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, we got to take the long road. And that's what we're doing now. That's why the Lord died. Because of course, we have 613 laws. When you read about the children of Israel getting the commandments, they always talk about the 10 commandments. But really, we were given 613. In this world, there are thousands of laws. We were given 613. And a part of that deal was that if we followed those laws, we'd be blessed. But if not, we'd be cursed. And a part of those curses was this, right here on the bottom. And all of this. And it's in Deuteronomy. Yeah, 2868. It's carried away in the ships. We never went into captivity on ships in the ancient world.
That's why I said the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man. He's the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof, and he does that shit.
And you know what?
Other things.
But he's the result, not the cause. Because our people not assuming their responsibility. When you're not doing what you're supposed to do, bad shit gonna happen. Especially when your father told you what to do and gave you the blueprint. If you're not going to listen and follow your father's instructions, why should he reward you? As a nation of people, why would I reward you if you're not listening to me? That's rewarding you for bad behavior. That's why our nation keeps trying to do all these things to escape what we're going through, and we can't do it. You done had Malcolm, you done had Martin, you done had the Black Panthers. If you talk about the Latino tribes, they done had Che Guevara, they done even had Castro. All of these leaders have not been able to get our people out of this predicament. Some of us might make it. The majority of us won't. And if you do make it, you got to do something that's docile, like play basketball or music, like I was doing.
You got to
entertain. Because in this world, jesters are glorified. In the ancient world, you didn't look at the jester like he was doing his thing. You looked at the king like, yeah, that's respect. But in this world, we respect who? The entertainers. Because our people don't even think that we're capable of rulership. Jacob act like it. Our people do that all the time. We act like, hey man, I run shit. But if you really put that responsibility on his plate, you don't want to eat that plate. Because everybody loves to have the title, but nobody wants the responsibility. And that's why our people is in this position right now. Because you're made to be on top, but you want to duck and hide around everybody else and be like everybody else. No matter where you go, you stick out like a sore thumb.
Like
you can do that in the righteous way, or you can do that in the wicked way.
Like you were saying that one time, man, when your job give you a promotion, move you to manager, you be like, hold on.
Yeah.
They don't want that responsibility, man.
But that's because that's what we've been put in a place where the self-esteem of our nation has been beat down, because this is what, when we grow up as children, this is what we know. From elementary school, your history in history class in 1st grade, 3rd grade begins with this. They don't tell you, look, y'all have rulership.
Right.
You got to go find that after years of being told that this is your beginning.
They trying to take that away from us now. They trying to hide that.
Now they saying that this was our decision. That Kanye West shit, slavery was a choice.
That's what they teach it in the schools, man.
Well, really, what the Lord is doing, this is the actual solution to our nation's issues, and it's that our nation has been disobedient spiritually. That's why it's not an economic thing. It's a spiritual thing. It's our mindset as a nation of people that has destroyed us. Because we get on the so-called white man because what he did to our people was wrong, and the Lord gets on him, most important. And the Lord says that what he has done is going to be repaid back to him. Right. But he's not the cause, he's the result. Our bad decisions put us here. And the only way for us to get out of this predicament is to come back and look at our own ways and look at the man in the mirror and be the change that you want to see.
It's Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived, Yahawah, YAHAWASHI is not marked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
And that goes down to nations of people. Because our nation, this happened to our nation because the Lord said choose life or choose death. You got to slock it. No, you good, I'll slock it.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 24. Because I have called and ye refused, I stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and would have none of my reproof.
Right.
And the Lord saying, this is the counsel, this is the reproof. Saying, look, you got law, statutes, and commandments that leads to a healthy lifestyle, both spiritually and physically. We got dietary laws. In the Bible, there's dietary laws. You're not supposed to eat pork, shellfish. Anything that's in the ocean that you eat is supposed to have scales and fins. The reason is because scales and fins protects the fish from mercury in the water. That's why people get mercury poisoning and stuff, because they eating all kind of food that's not meant to be eaten. It's not even viewed as food according to the Lord. We're not supposed to eat pig because the pig is designed to eat anything it sees.
Right.
It has parasites in its body that our bodies can't break down. So when you consume a bottom feeder, you're putting that into your system.
Right.
And that becomes a part of you. The Lord said don't do that. The Lord gave us righteous laws that not only make us better spiritually, but it actually makes us better physically. And we're supposed to take these laws and put them out in the earth so that the earth can run in this kind of motion. See, right now, the earth is dancing off balance, off beat. The earth is doing what, how that music come on, you might have a so-called white dude, they might walk in and they just can't get it. That's how the earth is right now. It's a song that's playing, it's just not dancing to it.
We said we have piped to them, but they have not danced.
And that's because they're not dancing to this song, because the Lord tells you don't commit adultery. And if anybody commits adultery, you're supposed to stone them. That means if any man sleeps with another man's wife, that man's supposed to be put to death and that woman. A lot of families are destroyed because of that, and a lot of our people kill each other because of these kind of issues.
Right.
These are laws that are supposed to be implemented in the earth. Because the laws that are out here now, they're false, they're pseudo laws. Because it works and it fits you if you ain't got the money to get out of it. And that's not equity, that's not judgment. That's not righteous.
Right.
The Lord says he's going to establish something where people can build on a righteous foundation. All these nations, when they go out back into their lands and they live their life, they're going to live it knowing that if somebody did something wrong, they're going to have to answer for it.
My father's the pastor there.
2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that troubled you.
So the Lord is telling us, look, you ain't got to do nothing. As far as putting your hands on people, you ain't got to do that. Because the Lord ain't tell the children of Israel to put their hands on nobody when he got them out of Egypt. He's like, look, y'all fall back, put the blood on your door. And when I send that thing come through and body everybody, I'm going to pass over y'all. That's why it's called the Passover. Because the destroyer passed over in those houses and killed the firstborn of all the Egyptians. That's the lengths the Lord is willing to go to save his people. And he called this the second Exodus. This is going to be the bigger than the first one.
Right.
Because when you think about the Bible, you think about the children of Israel being delivered out of Egypt. In the coming day that we living in, it's going to be said that
Jeremiah
the Lord
16.
Children of Israel.
16 to 16.
And out of all the lands that
Start
they
at
scattered.
15.
Because America is the new Egypt. In the ancient world, Egypt was looked at as America, the big dog. How this little slave nation that came out of Egypt? Yeah, bro, I heard something killed their firstborn, and that was the rumor that was going around the planet. They're the children of Israel, man. The Lord, you don't want to mess with them.
I pray for y'all.
You about to find out that that's what the Lord's willing to do for His nation again, and He's warning our nation right now through what we're doing. We look crazy to this world, but if you really ask people what they believe in, it breaks down and it crumbles. Because this is the truth, and it's supposed to be offensive, because the world don't believe in nothing. Everybody can do as whatever they please, but the Lord's people cannot. You got it, huh?
This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahawah, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdom, to pour upon them my indignation which righteous anger, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
And the Lord is creating that scenario with World War III. In Syria, you got a Syrian government that's backed by Russia, and then you got rebels, ISIS, and all these other insurgents,
Right.
that are funded by America and its allies. Now they basically paying shooters to shoot at each other. But eventually, the big dogs gonna go against each other. And the Lord is creating that scenario to liberate His people and to punish these people for what they've done to us. Because in all these other nations, there's a word for nigger. There's a word to slander our people. In every language.
If I can say this, all the other nations, first off, it should be easy to see that we should be meant for as a nation of people. We do wicked things, right? Everything that we do, the other nations copy it. Whether it's our music, whether the way we dress, whatever. So it only makes sense that if we were righteous, all the other nations will copy us. Because that's what they do already. Right? They looking for leaders. So I just want to get that point out.
Yeah, I got a precept too.
I got one. Hold on. This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. So our people for a long time have believed that we've been on the outside of the game, looking in the window. But really, our disobedience put us in that position because we're actually the sons of God. And in Psalms, it tells you that we are gods. When you break that word down, it means power or judge. We were meant to judge the earth with righteousness. And because the world is not being judged with righteousness, people want to kill themselves. You got opioid crisis. You got corruption. You got governments that kill their own people. All of this wickedness is going on because the Lord's people ain't no peace. That's because they don't want it no more. I mean, you said that you heard about this. So where did you stand when you first heard about it? When you first heard about this, what was your sentiment? What was your feeling? I got you. I got you, bro. I got you. And this is what made me change my life. You know, I was doing the little beat things. I want to be the new Kanye and shit. You know? I was doing the beats and I thought, I was trying to be Kanye Florida, you know?
These were good though.
You know? But then I realized, like, look, our people got a responsibility. And our people deeper than music. We deeper than basketball. We deeper than football.
Fucking kings, man.
Deeper than that.
We kings, bro.
Yeah.
Kings. You know what a king do? Nothing, man. We can't. You know how I told them? We kings. What do kings do? Nothing, man. The rude shit.
But they rule. They rule and they judge.
In righteousness.
In righteousness. Because look at this world. A man can get away with sleeping with another man's wife. And he can just do it and he can go out with impunity. Because the Christian church will tell you that adultery is if a man leave his marriage and sleep with another woman. The scriptures say that men can have multiple wives. They don't tell you that part of the Bible. Hey, move on, brother. Move on. John 3:16, brother.
Hey, if I can say this.
Say you can have more than one wife. But you gotta, the same thing you do for that one, you gotta do for the other.
Done.
So the Lord is fair and balanced.
Done.
But they don't want to see these laws out there, man, because that makes our people flourish. They love our people being destroyed. Because everybody makes money when our people are destroyed.
Hey, if I can say this.
Fashion companies, they make money off our women.
Hey.
The Koreans, the Moabites, the Chinese, all of them, they make money off our women buying hair.
The moment we get right, we back in power. The Lord said if we turn to the east and calls on them, all of us have deliverance, man. So they gotta keep us destroyed.
Because they know that if we link up with our power source and we start to grow up and have a standard, a morale, they lose money overnight. McDonald's gonna lose money. Because who's buying the majority of McDonald's food? Our people. Because we don't have no standard. Our people look down at somebody trying to take care of their body, eating right. Nigga eating a salad. Our people look at you crazy if you're trying to live healthy. Because we've taken on that lifestyle that they wanted us to have. And we've destroyed ourselves. We don't win in this system. A couple of our people have something and the rest of them are destroyed.
I say this, I can't wait to get my kingship. But you ever seen Django? You see how they had the two niggas fighting on Django? Hey, I'm gonna have them eat them like, hey, I want to see that run down the basketball court all fucking day. No. Hey, but I want to see them bash each other up till blood shed.
Well, what you gotta understand is that
wicked ass motherfucker.
This is Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish.
Right.
They have not known me. They are silent children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Because our people are still destroying themselves. They're not winning here and they don't wish to change their ways. They say we're destroying ourselves doing this. They're wise to do evil. You got Jake who can tell you how to take cocaine from Florida to North Carolina, but he can't tell you how to get his nation together. They're serious though.
They're serious.
Stay in the right lane, speed limit.
Right. Tell you where to hide it at so the dogs can't catch you. Tell you to put Vaseline, all of that stuff, but they can't tell you how to get our nation back together. Because our nation has become a Mad Max nation, a dog eat dog. Get yours, fuck you if you ain't with me.
Right.
Our people hold longer grudges on each other than they hold for the so-called white man who did this to our people. You think about just in your own neighborhood, in your own walk, where you done heard about people died. The person who family of the victim, they got beef with them forever. And even if they say that they ain't gonna do nothing to them, they're not gonna be cool with them.
So right. And eventually they're gonna get them back.
But a nation of people that did this to our whole nation, our people won't even say, look, nothing personal, but look, we gotta take care of the family first. That's what the Lord's saying. Could somebody get a Zephaniah 2nd chapter? Because that's what the Lord's saying. Look, gather yourselves together. Nobody like y'all anyway. All y'all got is each other. And the reason nobody like y'all is because they jealous. Because if us as a nation of people actually lived up to our potential, we would outperform all the other nations. That's why they can't beat us in basketball and football and all of that. But that's because our mind is focused there. Because we've been told that that's what we're able to do.
Right.
So that's why you have Hall of Famers that look like our people.
That's what we excel at.
Because whatever we lock in on, we great at.
Right.
We've just been taught that we can't do all the intellectual thinking stuff because we animals.
Right.
We're just able to perform in sports and physical things. Or
entertain them, eat them
or entertain you.
That's our job, entertain they fuck ass.
But we're not capable of rulership. That's about to change. And the Lord loves a good movie. Everybody loves a good movie. And everybody loves what? The underdog. But when everybody shitted on like, that dude, come on man, that dude right there.
Right.
That's how the Lord is doing our nation. Because when you tell these people, look, this nation of people will be in rulership, them let me go to worldstar.com real quick and see this nation that's gonna be in rulership.
Right.
Whole bunch of embarrassing shit, right? But the Lord is gonna make his movie manifest when he actually puts on top.
This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, ye. Gather together, O nations not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a child, before the fierce anger of the Lord Yahawah cometh upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
Because everybody desire our nation's inventions and our creativeness.
Right.
But nobody actually wants to be a Negro, Latino, or Native American.
Right.
Everybody wants to come up with, do the new dance. Everybody want to do the dab and
Right.
the whoa and all of that shit.
Right, the bankhead bounce and all that.
But when it's time to ride with a nigga and a cop behind you, oh, they don't want to be black then. Or they don't want to be a Latino then. It show you they want all of the perks but none of the responsibilities, man. And that goes for our people as well.
This goes to what the brother was saying about how it's a movie. We're the underdog. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as has afflicted him and made no account of his labor.
Exactly, because who afflicted our people? The so-called white man did. And we're gonna stand out here in great boldness. We're not gonna be on some Martin Luther King shit where, hey, let's just hug hands, let's not. What y'all did was wrong, and there should be judgment for that. If a murderer said he was sorry, does he get to just go free? So you think man does judgment like that, but the Lord don't, man? What the so-called white man did was wrong, and he gonna pay for it. But that's because the Lord loved our nation, and he used them to judge our nation. But once he's done with them, it's just like the Egyptians. Once I'm done with the shit, I'm a body. That's what the Lord is creating. That's why he's telling us to come out here with great boldness to say the so-called white man is gonna be destroyed. Just like Moses came up in Egypt and said, look, Pharaoh, if you don't let the Lord go, the Lord gonna burn this bitch down.
Right.
Just imagine Moses walking in there, walking past all them big ass pyramids with all these Egyptian armies in order and saying, look, if you don't let them slaves that y'all got down there, if you don't let them go, all this shit gonna fall.
He was in there, bro. He was on the other side. He gave it all up
with it. But what he said, nah, I ain't letting y'all, who is your God? Who is this God y'all speak of? And then they had to do what? They had to feel it to believe it. Same thing going right now.
Right now.
They're going to have to feel it to believe it.
And that's 2/3 of our own people, man. Our own people have to feel it, man. The Lord said they said no after death by pain, man.
Because 2/3 of our people, according to prophecy, 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed. And that's because this is what they want to continue to do this.
Right.
They don't want to change, they don't want to grow. And our responsibility is to planet Earth. If a orangutan is dying because the so-called white man stole his habitat and put a mall there, that's our fault. Believe it or not, that's our fault. Because that orangutan is our responsibility. Because nature is our responsibility as a nation of people, man. If anything happened out here that's supporting the people, it's really our fault. Because we get your rule, man. And our people trying to call out on their job. So what happens when you call out? You get fired. So 2/3 of our people will get fired. Literally. And it's because of disobedience, man.
They're going to get chipped, then they're going to get fired. Esau chipped everything.
Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So far beyond all that they look for.
Because what the world ignorantly calls UFOs are really traveling machines. They ain't. But you heard about that before? The chariots of the Lord. Because when you think about it, if the supreme being of all creation made creation, you don't think he got? You don't think he know how to get? You don't think he know how to get from point A to point B? You don't think he know how to make things happen? Like even in this world, man has servants. You don't think the Lord, that's what the angels are, they're servants of the Lord. Whatever the Lord need done, they do it.
And how would these so-called white men create they Benzes and BMW and Lamborghinis and Ferraris? You think the Lord technology ain't farther beyond them?
Right.
Just look at your body. Look at a human being. that technology is way advanced than anything.
Right.
Because when you break down DNA, Bill Gates said it's smarter than computer code. When you break down DNA, if one letter is off of your DNA chain, you might have one arm.
They say your DNA holds trauma, bro, from all slavery. They say it passes on through our DNA, man. That's crazy.
Yep. But that shows you that the Lord is complex, man.
Right.
And if he's complex and he gave man this little bit of technology, you don't think he far above that? That's why with all this technology, they still can't keep up with these so-called UFOs.
Right.
Now they'll tell you that it's just a random civilization somewhere that's way more advanced. But if that was really the mentality, they'd have took this shit over a long time ago.
You're right. That's what I was thinking about when he brought up Egypt, right? Pharaoh was prideful, proud. When Moses came and he was doing all the miracles, he was proud and he trusted in his technology. They threw down the staff, the same thing with Esau. He's going to trust in his technology, just like with Pharaoh, bro.
And it's the same thing. The Lord raises up empires so he can show his strength. That's like the big dude in the gym that put on the 3 plates, and then you walk around the 3 plates to see if anybody looking at him. Yeah. And then he wait to see a couple dudes like, is he gonna be able to lift that? And then he make all that noise in the gym. The Lord putting on extra plates. He about to show everybody how he makes out. When the Lord spazzes, they about to find out how deep that goes. Because in modern Christianity tell you that the Lord is all love. That when you gonna go to hell and burn forever. That's gonna be a heaven. You're gonna be in heaven forever.
In the sky.
Eating pancakes with babies and
Somewhere
shit.
up there in space.
With wings, bow and arrows.
Yeah. With baby powder on them and shit.
Yeah, butt ass naked baby.
What y'all believe
The arrow.
as far as that?
As far as what?
Heaven and hell or what?
There is no hell where people burn forever.
We're in hell right now.
We're in hell now. Hell is a condition. That's why you have somebody that's born and they blind. You think the Lord had them be born in their one life blind?
So then that'll go against what's in Revelation. It said they'll be cast in the fire of hell.
Now, he said hell and death
Was cast
shall be
in the
cast
fire.
into the lake of fire. Hell and death. So how can hell be cast into the lake of fire if hell is a place you can go to?
Ooh, I got a precept. I got a precept for
I
that.
do too. I got
You get to yours
Ecclesiastes.
first, go ahead and call it.
So there's a heaven.
There is a
Oh,
heaven.
yeah.
There's
How
a
do you be
spirit.
saved?
Huh?
How do you be
I
saved?
got a
How you saved?
How do you be saved to get to heaven?
This is
Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes. This is Ecclesiastes
4:16.
3 and 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment.
Right.
What's under the sun?
Here, earth.
That wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that inequity was there.
Same thing.
Brought out Job, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. The earth, to the place under the sun. The same thing, the same message.
And he said what? The place of judgment.
So hell means judgment or condition or the grave. Hell is, you ever heard somebody say, man, I call hell all week. I've been catching hell at work. It's a condition. It's a judgment. The Lord put us here. He tell you in Jude that he put us in the everlasting chains of darkness. See, we are big spirits in these little bodies, man. That judgment is getting old and die. Get sick. Right? No judgment of the Lord.
You see people like, what's the dude in the wheelchair, Stephen Hawking?
Yeah.
You see people like that, and you see different things. Like, why was this person born that way, or what happened?
He was the smartest man on the planet, they say.
And then one day, this disease just made their body that way. Like, why was he born that way? He's getting judged. He's getting judged.
This is Jonah chapter 2, verse 2.
Beautiful.
It said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell I cried.
Right, he was in the fish. Jonah.
Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. So Jonah didn't say he was literally in a place where you burn for eternity. He said that he was in the belly of a fish. But what he said, my affliction.
Lord put him through hell.
That's what it
He was
is.
catching hell in that fish.
So he said hell is what now?
Hell is a condition, a judgment, or the grave.
Okay.
So the Lord ain't unrighteous to have somebody burn
Now to get to
forever.
heaven. Now to get to heaven, how you get to heaven?
So you got to understand what heaven is.
Right.
Now, all spirits go to the spiritual realm. There's a heaven that's the spiritual realm, and then there's a heaven that's rulership. That's why it says it's going to be new heavens and new earth. Because when you're in rulership, you're in heaven. Nobody's stopping you from doing whatever you make the decision to do.
Stop that thought. I was waiting for that. I was bringing out that point. Like you said, when you're in rulership, you're in heaven. I said you in hell, we in hell. Because we not our kingdom. Right. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 8.
Yeah.
Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom, and what are we looking for? The kingdom of heaven. This is their kingdom. They're in the kingdom of heaven. This is their heaven. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
And the kingdom is domicile for kings, man.
Yeah. But heaven is a literal spiritual realm, and all spirits go to the same place. They receive their judgment, and it plays out on the earth. But the Lord ain't unrighteous to have somebody just burn forever.
How you get there? How you get there?
So heaven as rulership is going to be gotten by the Israelites, beginning with the elect. Now that's 144,000 out of each tribe, and an innumerable multitude, which is 1/3 of the nation of Israel. That rulership is the kingdom of heaven.
Which is going to be here on earth, not up there in space somewhere.
So you're asking, how you get to heaven, right? Now the answer to that is complex because.
But why is it complex? Why is it complex? When he said put the X on the door, and that's the Passover. Specifically what he says, right?
Right.
Now he gonna give you specific laws to do. Now it says, Matthew, upon this rock I will build my church.
Right.
My church,
right?
The gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
Right.
That's when Simon and Peter were like, Lord, shall we build 3 tabernacles? And you want for Elijah, tabernacle in the church. Right. That's when the gates.
He asked him if he could.
Yeah, shoot. You know what I'm saying? That's when the clouds opened up. And they became afraid. God said, listen, my son, listen to him. Right. So he's saying his church. So Christ's church, Lord's church.
Which is the people, which is his elect.
You say it's an elect.
Anybody got the spiritual truth in them, you become a spiritual brick in a spiritual temple.
Okay. You got kids?
No.
All right. Let's say you got a kid, right? When your dad. How we know that's your dad? Where's your last name? You bear his last name, you got DNA.
Right. The seed, you're right. Yeah, what our father is.
That's our father.
Right.
His church, that's his DNA. So for us to be his kids, we gotta bear his DNA.
That's what Romans 8:16 say. Our spirit bear witness with his spirit, that we are the sons of God. That's why he read through Hosea 1:10. In this place where it was said that you are not the sons of God, there it shall be said you are the sons of God. Israel in the Hebrew means Yahawah, he princes of power, he sons of God. We are the fallen angels. You gotta get out of that Enoch book, brother.
So you don't think Enoch was it?
No.
Nah.
Why not? Tell me why.
One
One
example.
example. He walked with God 300 years.
Right.
Enoch, we're not saying that Enoch isn't real. We're saying that the book that's given to us is the book of Enoch is not legit.
But it was taken out of the Bible. It was found in Ethiopia.
Yeah, a lot of books were found in Ethiopia.
Right.
But the Lord made sure that what we needed was all contained in one book. That goes into faith.
You say the Lord made sure it was all in here, right?
It was all given to us in what we needed.
You don't think, okay, just like you say, white man this, white man that. You don't think the Bible is also contained too? Some of it is taken out?
No.
You don't think so?
I think that what's needful for salvation has been given to us. What's needful for salvation has been given to us.
Right.
In Solomon, Ecclesiastes, it tells you the making of many books. There are many.
So what's this though? You using the? I got this same book. I got this too.
Yeah,
I got this too. So why is it in there?
Because it was in
the original. He got it right there. He got it right there.
So it's an original, right?
It's in the original 1611.
We got the King James. Like
but it's the version though. It's the same version. It just don't got the apocrypha in it. So you got to get the original.
This is what happened. When they originally published this book, it was all together.
These were
different publishing companies published things differently.
Right.
So one publishing company.
That's what I was saying. Take it out. That's what I meant.
Originally, it was all together. But
Enoch
book
wasn't
of
in there,
Enoch
though.
was never, the book of Enoch.
Read that
Enoch
out.
is in Genesis though, bro.
Right, right. We ain't say he wasn't one of the Lord chosen.
Okay.
We just said the book of Enoch ain't real. Read that. Read that.
Isaiah 34,
Listen to this. Listen to this.
Isaiah 34:16.
Speak up a little bit, Doc.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail.
No one of these shall fail me in the prophecies.
None shall want her mate.
None shall want her mate. I mean, there's no other book you can compare with the Bible.
For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered his.
Had gathered the elect. That was it. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read.
Could you get Isaiah 28 around like 8 verse?
Baptized. You get to heaven.
Oh, let's deal. You want to deal with that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let me get Ephesians 5:26. Hey, get
one Lord, one faith, and one baptism.
get Psalm 119:9. Hey, get John 15:3. For the story about, hold that. Yeah. You got it? Ephesians 5:26.
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
By the word. When YAHAWASHI, who where he called Jesus, when he crucified himself, when he that water's done away with. It's by the word. You already said? With the washing of the water by the word. All that baptizing, they got the church with the pools and all that, that's wicked.
But Jesus was baptized though, like John the Baptist.
Right, when he died, that was done away with.
But he did it because at that time he was still under the law. He didn't
Right,
die yet.
right.
Everything had to be fulfilled. That's why
Right,
he did it.
right.
And that was
Oh, John the Baptist.
that was a shadow of things to come.
Come.
Because what the Lord always does is he gives us a physical way to understand something spiritual.
Right.
Now when he put the baptism, you stick somebody in the water and they come out and they're supposed to be reborn. That's the washing by the word.
Right.
Once your mind is dipped in this word and this understanding and you get it, you become a new person. By what? By your actions.
Right.
How you think, how you speak, how you carry yourself.
Right.
So that's the baptism. You gotta hope.
Bring that out. Bring what you got. Hold Romans
This
12:2.
is Psalms chapter 119, verse 9.
12:2.
Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way?
How you gonna cleanse your way?
By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
To the word, not water. Because he just read you Ephesians 5:26, washing of the water by the word. Bring yours out. John 15:3.
This is John chapter 15, starting at 3.
It's printed precept from Old Testament to the New.
Now ye are clean.
Now
through
you are
the-
clean
through the word
through the word, because you're hearing it right now,
which I have spoken unto you.
which I have spoken unto you by who? By the prophets.
That's the baptism.
Here, one more. Watch this. At this, you get that word, this will purify you and baptize you. Bring it out.
Romans chapter 12 verse 2.
Yes, it is.
And be not conformed to this world,
Right?
but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind,
Right.
that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
He said, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Everything we do in Christianity is off. Christianity has nothing to do with this Bible.
Right.
So be transformed by the renewing of your mind by what? The word. Not water. By
That's
the
why he
word.
says, come out of her. Come out of this world, because this word is the complete opposite of these scriptures.
Right.
So once you get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the world becomes void to you.
Right.
It don't mean nothing to you.
Right.
So your mind is renewed.
That's
You
why he
do
said,
things
come out of her. He
different.
said-
you don't club. You don't commit adultery. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
He said, that's why he said, come out of her, my people.
Come.
Meaning spiritually. Because a lot of people that struggle from Roman Catholicism and Christianity, man. Huh?
Thank Christianity, what you believe.
The Lord made us spiritual. He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments to follow. On this side, to the best of our ability. So we can't keep everything.
If I can answer that, we call ourselves Hebrew Israelites.
Right.
Because that's where our father was. So this ain't a religion, this is us assuming our identity.
Right. Religion man-made.
Just like if your dad had a way of life and you got sent off to an orphanage, then you find out, oh man, this is my biological father. Oh snap. How he lived, how he carried himself. Oh, okay. I want to move like that then.
Right.
That's what this is.
That's the renewing of your mind. This is Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12, renewing your mind. For when for the time ye ought to be teachers,
Right.
you have need that one teach you again.
Right.
Which be the first principles of the
Oracle.
oracles of Yahawah,
That's why you're here right now.
and are become such as have need of milk. Meaning the
Right.
basics for knowing
Basic.
the mind.
Because we
Right.
have to build a foundation.
Right. We can't go into too much meat. So you gotta get the basic milk
Our
scripture.
people have a foundation, a faulty foundation, because our people grow up thinking that, all right, first of all, we black. First of all, ham every time, Thanksgiving dinner, chitlins too. We adapt a heritage and a culture that's not productive to our people. That's why the Lord is bringing us back into our understanding. And when you come back into the
I
Lord's
hope it kick
understanding,
off.
you get built up.
I hope it kick right off.
That's why the Lord said, don't hide your candle under a bushel. You're supposed to let it shine. And that goes in the word and deed. That means people are supposed to see how you act and say, man, something different about that candle. And then based off of them seeing something different about you, and then based off of them seeing how you rock,
That's
they
Matthew
come
chapter
close
5,
like,
man.
So bro, they're gonna look at you like, so what you believe in? Because I see how you carry yourself. It's you know, you kind of solid in whatever you move and how you move. You make nice judgments. You honest with people. You show the respect that people give you. What you believe in, and that's how people get reeled in. Because the Lord said, we're fishers of men. That means the fisher don't jump in the ocean and just start fighting fish. You throw the bait out, and he rock. Something tug, he reel. Until further notice, he chill. That's what we're doing. Our job, and that goes deeper than the word. That goes into action. That's why I said, be not conformed to this world. You know, but be changed. Meaning your actions, you move differently. That's what I keep going back to. That's what made me change mine. Because we got a bigger responsibility.
You ask the question, how do you get to heaven? That's how, by doing the work. If you're an Israelite, you're gonna make it to heaven anyway.
And that's why I said it was complicated, because all of our nations is gonna be saved.
But some will get it death by faith.
Isaiah 45:17.
I'm holding death by faith.
Because the Lord said that his nation was going to be saved. How are they going to be saved?
All of Israel
They're going to be saved from their enemies. Let's get Luke 1:68. That's what salvation is, being saved from your enemies and being saved from sin. The Lord's second covenant is that the laws are written in their heart, that they sin no more. That equals what? Immortality. Because what? The wages of sin is what? So if I make you perfect, where's death in it? That's why when the Lord said, those that believe on me shall have eternal life. Because he's going to take that sin up out of them. So they're going to perform it perfectly. And then they're going to do what? They're going to judge the earth in righteousness. And they're going to be an example of this. Because they're going to keep the law perfect. So you can't look at an Israelite and say, how you going to tell me I can't eat pork and I just caught him eating a ham sandwich? Nah, we're going to be perfect judges. So this world and these heathens, they can go and strive for whatever dream they have in their country. But the rulership of the planet Earth belongs to our people.
This is Luke chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord Yahawah, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, which is a possessive pronoun, his, and have raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies,
right,
and from the hand of all that hate us.
Continue on that.
Look at this sign. Those are all the 17 nations from 2 down to 18. Those are our enemies. To perform the mercies promised to our fathers,
Right.
and to remember his holy covenant, which he gave to Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right.
The oath which he swore to our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us, that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, may serve him without fear.
Because the service of God belongs to our nation. Our nation is supposed to serve the Lord and serve the nations by serving the Lord. Our family on the earth, out of all these families, our family has a particular role in the planet. Our family is the ones that's in charge of being the intercessor. When you or to have service, the service of the Most High. When you go into the 12 tribes, you have one tribe that was specific for the service of the Lord. That's the tribe of Levi, which you might call the Haitians today. They didn't have a other job. Their job was to serve the Lord. That's how entire nations do. Yeah, one. Come.
Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. He shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
In Romans 11:26.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world at the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings and effect and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders.